We don't deserve this, guys. We do not deserve this. We can't have nice things. We literally cannot have nice things. This season has been so devastating on so many levels that it's kind of like, I don't know if it's the football gods that are literally trying to punish Jerry Jones. If they are, they're doing a great job of it, because everything that we've had that's been good has been taken away from us, and we're getting devastating news this morning. They've got to finish running, the final outlook on it, but it sounds like DeMarvius Overshown, who's been one of the few bright spots on the team this year, the guy you could literally say has been our MVP of the season. DeMarvius Overshown, it looks beyond just the tore ACL. It sounds catastrophic, that it's multiple ligaments that were torn. And if you, let me put it in context of how bad this may be. Again, the results aren't completely out, but when you're tearing multiple ligaments, think about Chase Young. When Chase Young, and again, I don't quote me this, I'm not a doctor, they haven't finished doing all this stuff, but when you talk about multiple tears and ligaments in your knee, think about Chase Young. When Chase Young ended up having a catastrophic knee injury, and it basically took him a season and a half before he even got out on the field, and really is just beginning to get back to anywhere close to what he was before the knee injury. With his, again, I don't know Overshown's case and all that, what they ended up doing is they ended up taking from one knee a section of his patella tendon, which is what holds in your kneecap, and they use that to make his ACL. So he ended up having to rehab two knees. Or we're talking about the possibility of, when you think of Jalen Smith, whose knee injury was so catastrophic that it basically messed up the nerve endings for his foot to the point where he had dropped foot. They fixed the knee. The problem with Jalen Smith is he's got little control with his foot. He had to wear a brace that basically is pulling his foot back, which is why Jalen Smith couldn't cut and make moves. He could basically go straight ahead. And when he hit people, he couldn't deliver a blow because he couldn't push off on that foot. The foot just literally is like that. This is what I always say, that every player out there, and for all those that are like, well, they get paid too much money, this, that, and the other. Bro, you think about some of the injuries we've seen in recent history, from seeing Dak Prescott's ankle to Hamlin literally dying on the field. And think about it. Think about your knee right now. Think about having a catastrophic injury where you've torn basically everything in there. Nah, they don't get paid too much. Not for the risks that they take on a daily basis. But for our Cowboys, man, everything that we've had that's been good has been taken from us. Zach Martin, who forever was great, injured, done for the year, maybe done for his career. Overshown, who became a star, done for this year for sure. Who knows for how long? I don't know that I can make it the next 4 weeks, guys. I honestly don't know. I mean, just seeing injury after injury after injury, and having these losses that are just so agonizing and painful. God. I got 49er fans that are back crowing, "We back, man, we back, bitches," and this, that, and the other. Eagle fans, oh, I don't know how I can do the Dance with Leo show tomorrow. I just don't know. I don't know how I can do that. This has just been the absolute positive worst. I'm sorry, Overshown, man. You deserved better, man. You deserve better. How we lose to the 30th ranked defense. How do we not, with a running back who literally had 130 some yards plus. We're snake bitten, guys. We're snake bitten. This is all the shit that Jerry Jones has done coming back to roost. That's the only thing that explains it to me. All the bullshit that we've done is coming back to roost. Fucking A. Send the prayers, Overshown. Send the prayers. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. We're about a half an hour away from kickoff, and I'm just getting set up for my live stream. And we have our linebacker, Micah Parsons, talking about wanting to be a Cowboy for life. So let's go to the tape and listen here.
That's one of the reasons why he was out earlier this year, healthy now, creating headlines on and off the field this year. Got a podcast, guys can share their thoughts, and he also shared some thoughts with ESPN Cowboys reporter Todd Archer to reflect on what has transpired throughout this injury-plagued campaign, and probably most interestingly to Cowboys fans, what might lie ahead.
And now Micah Parsons is down.
Yeah, he's writhing. When you look at your season, two things that you've never really had to deal with before. Missing games because of injury. DeMarcus Lawrence hasn't played in a while. Dak's out. Zach Martin's out. How have you filled that void?
Honestly, I just filled the void with, chasing greatness.
Hey, let's make a play. We'll make a play. Let's make a play.
These are such amazing opportunities. Yeah, do you want some of your best players hurt? No, but create value for yourself. Life happens.
You have a chance to get a contract extension. What do you anticipate the next offseason being like for you when it comes to that contract?
I'm Jerry's guy. I know it's easier said than done because I'm not at the table, but, that's my guy. We talk about how much we appreciate each other, but I know numbers, numbers talk. But man, at the end of the day, whatever it takes for me to just continue to be a Cowboy until I retire. And, I just really just love this place. Like, I couldn't imagine myself anywhere else.
Does it matter to you to become the highest paid defensive player?
Like, it really just depends on the circumstances of, like, who are we trying to get? Who's trying to, return? To me, it's all about the foundation of the team.
I like this.
Like, how can I create the best foundation and play with the guys who've helped me create a lot of success? Those guys helped me get to where I am. It's just all about, their aggressiveness and how we look at, free agency. And, you see a lot of times, the highest paid player, then we say they don't have weapons or, they don't have this. So I'd rather just be in the best situation. At that point, I don't think there's a big difference between 30 and 40 million in my eyes, And that's just me talking, like,
Is David going to have to understand that too?
my agent might be mad at me. I even said that I can't complain too much in life.
There you go. I like that. I like that.
Pretty interesting comment, Swag. I want to begin with you. You heard the man say he wants to be a Cowboy.
Cowboy for life.
This place. He also has been vocal about Mike McCarthy, saying he deserves a fair shot with everybody healthy. You know those two. You know Jerry. I'm asking you to guess a little bit, but you obviously have an informed opinion here. How does this all play out as it relates to the
17.5
head coach and
pressure
that guy right
percent.
Well, let me address this first.
First
It's a big
in the
ass
NFL.
difference between $30 and $40 million. It's $10 million more. Okay, and Micah is going to demand that on the market, right? But I do like the thought process, right? He wants. I think Micah, in his heart of hearts, wants to win because that's a part of your resume as a great player, and you need that in order to be talked about in a certain way. DeMarcus Ware had to leave Dallas to go solidify his legacy. His name is up here in the Ring of Honor.
Yep.
But he won a Super Bowl in Denver,
Yeah.
and people look at him differently because of that. So I think that's important to Micah. The other thing is this, too.
It is.
Jerry put himself in a terrible situation. And let's just call it what it is.
He
How the
screwed up.
CeeDee Lamb and the Dak Prescott contract was handled. Knowing that you had a top 2 or 3 paid defensive player that was going to come up a year later. How they manage it is going to be more about what these players' expectations are for the next 4 or 5 years than what Jerry's expectation is.
There you go.
And you know David Mulligather, his agent, and these dudes are smarter now. And they want to understand what the situation
And to your point, he has a famous saying that he tells me all the time, I ain't taking $9 on 10.
Yeah, man. So
There you go.
It's a good conversation to have about being a team player. But ultimately, when 11 is out there doing this thing, that's 11 doing this thing. And Jared gonna have to make that decision.
You're gonna have to make that decision. So let's get ready for the show.
And he's a